Alrighty, this is number 10, and number 10 is Metro Exodus. It came out. It is about what people expected. It's running at about an 8 out of 10 on Metacritic. This is very similar to the scores for Last Light and 2033. If you like the series, I haven't played it yet, but I'm reading the reviews, and if you like the series, this should be a good one for you. It's not a perfect game, neither were the other two, but it's a really solid game apparently, so I recommend that you guys check that out if you're a fan of Metro. Read the reviews if you're not, see if you might be interested, and anyways, that's number 10. At number 9 this week, we have Rocket League. It is getting cross-platform parties. If you're a fan of Rocket League like I am, this is, it's about time. That's all I can say about this. It's about time. Ever since launch, people have been like, hey, why can't I invite my PC friends to a party? I want to play with them. Like, what's the point of me being maxed with PC players if I can't play with my friends? I agree with that. And now, finally this week, Rocket League on PS4 and Xbox One and PC and Switch, you can finally play with your friends cross-platform in parties. This is great news if you're a fan of the game. Yeah, this is just awesome, and I'm super happy to hear this, and that's number 9. At number 8, we have Tetris 99. This was a surprise launch game that you get for free if you have Nintendo Switch Online. This apparently is a great incentive to get Nintendo Switch Online, which is why this is a little bit more important than the things I previously mentioned, okay? Because Nintendo Switch Online has really been lacking something to be like, oh, I really need to go out and get Nintendo Switch Online, because, what Nintendo games do you really play online? Like, oh, I play Smash Bros. Online. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, I play Fortnite. It's like, well, I have a PC, I have a PS4, I have an Xbox One. Like, why would I get it on Switch? Like, that doesn't make much sense. But it looks like Tetris 99 is actually something that could entice people into joining the online service, because apparently it's pretty good. It has an 83 on Metacritic, but I tend to think it's a little bit more than that. I mean, Tetris itself is, perfect game. It's probably the best game that's ever came out, and the fact that this is like the most hyper-competitive version of that just makes it even more fun. I mean, you can go on there and kick some people's butt at Tetris. Like, what's more fun than that? Not many things. And, it's kind of jumping on the back of the battle royale trend that's been going on recently, and it does admirably. It's a pretty good game. I recommend, if you're a fan of Tetris, if you have a Switch, maybe try Nintendo Switch Online and pick up Tetris 99. Yep, that's number 8. Thanks. At number 7, we have a funny story, and it is about a Fortnite festival that happened over in the UK. Basically, someone pulled a fire festival and didn't have the resources to plan a festival or a large live event, and they did it anyways, and what do you know? It turned out in disaster. And basically, I'm going to read you something here, okay? This is what people have. These are some quotes that I got from the show's Facebook page via Kotaku, okay? It was terrible. What an absolute disaster. Not like advertised. We went for the early bird, but some stuff wasn't even set up. The best thing about the event was the burger I had. My son wanted to leave. And as for the organizer saying it went well, what an absolute joke. I've got tickets for tomorrow, not taking my son to get upset. Want a refund like everybody else does. It's awful. I have a very disappointed 9-year-old. They should be ashamed. Let's read some more. Also, they had a rock climbing wall, which is one of the main attractions, and an archery range, okay? But at the archery range, there's only space for 4 children to practice archery at the same time, okay? And they had 1 climbing wall tower with room for 3 climbers, okay? But there was 3,000 people in attendance at this event, okay? I know I keep saying okay because this isn't okay. How are you going to have an event with 3,000 people and manage it poorly enough so only 4 people can practice archery at the same time? 4 people out of 3,000. Like, you can do the math. For every person to get a chance, you probably wouldn't even have enough time. And also, they have PCs set up for people to play Fortnite, okay? Sounds good. And it looks like, from the picture I'm seeing, I'll probably put it up in the video, it looks like there are a lot of PCs, but guess what the catch is? They cost money. For one thing, Fortnite is a free game, and for another thing, these people have paid for admission into your event, and you're going to make them pay to do one of the things that you promised them. and it used to entice them to come play in the first place. How are you going to do that? That's, at least you should have allocated some of the resources you were using for the PCs to the archery and the rock climbing wall. Like, what were they thinking here, man? It's just a disaster, okay? And Epic is now suing them for using their imagery, the game's imagery, that is, to promote this festival, okay? This pretty much couldn't have gone any worse, and it's just laughable to see that people without experience in planning events, without the infrastructure, without the money, without the capital, they're still trying to do this after they've seen things like the Fire Festival happen. Like, why would you even try? You know how this could turn out. You know that this is a terrible idea, or at least you should. Anyways, that's number 7. At number 6, we have the mediocre release of Crackdown 3 after all of these years. Crackdown 3 was actually originally announced at E3 2014, scheduled for a 2016 launch, and what do you know? A game that gets delayed 3 years isn't very good. It is sitting at a 60 on Metacritic, which, based on all the time they had to make this game, you would think it would be better than a 60, but as these things normally go, when a game gets delayed that heavily, it's typically not going to be good. The one saving grace of the game is that it is on Game Pass for free. You can play the game for free, so you aren't really losing anything if you're a Game Pass member and you want to play Crackdown 3. But, overall, if you're a Crackdown fan, if you've been looking forward to this game, it had a lot of promise. I was personally looking forward to it until the reviews came out, but I would be pretty upset. This kind of sucks. You've been waiting 5 years, and then the game comes out and it releases to a 60 on Metacritic, and it's just a mediocre mess. It's apparently really, really casual, not very deep, it's just a very casual game is the vibe I've been getting from the reviews in a nutshell, and I would be pretty upset. But yeah, not much more to say there. Crackdown 3 is mediocre. Could have seen that coming from a mile away, but that is number 6 because we've been waiting for so long. At number 5, the NPD reports for January are here, and there are a few topics of note to discuss here. First of all, the Switch is killing it, as it is the only console to show year-over-year growth as compared to January of last year. This is pretty significant because, for one, the Switch is showing no signs of stopping, and secondly, because the slowing sales for the PS4 and Xbox One will allow Sony and Microsoft to move more confidently towards the launch and announcements of the PS5 and next Xbox, as they are now seeing the ability to make fistfuls of money from the current-gen consoles depleting. As far as games go, the top 10 best-selling games in order are Kingdom Hearts 3, Resident Evil 2, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. That name still cracks me up. Oh my gosh, it's like, oh, is it new? Is it deluxe? Is it for the Wii? I don't know, whatever. And then Black Ops 4, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Red Dead Redemption 2, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown 7, also a weird name, NBA 2K19, and the ever-popular Grand Theft Auto 5. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the number 1, and it sold more than 5 million copies in a single week, making it the fastest-selling Kingdom Hearts game, according to IGN. All right, that's it for that. On to number 4. Number 4. Dun, 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 dun. The PS Vita is dying. Well, no, it's not dying, it's dead. The last run of PS Vitas they're shipping out in Japan, and then they're done. The PS Vita will be dead. This is pretty notable. It's been kicking for a while. Maybe it should have been dead sooner. I don't know, but this is according to Push Square. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's dead. On number 3. At number 3, we have to talk about Apex Legends, man. This game is killing it. I mean, for one thing, it's an amazing game. It's a very well polished game. It fixes everything that other battle royales do wrong, and it's free. And it's by Respawn, a great developer. The developers of Titanfall, if you didn't know. But the game is killing it, okay? For one thing, it has over 25 million players already. That's pretty insane for the amount of time it's been out. And as a free-to-play battle royale game with a lot of competition in the market, that's pretty freaking good. And I think with the help of a lot of Twitch streamers playing it, that's all they've been playing recently. Like, you go look, I'm telling you, like, Ninja's been playing it a lot recently. Shroud's playing that now. Dr. Disrespect, we got Dizzy on there. All the Twitch streamers are playing Apex Legends, okay? At least my favorites. And this is pretty notable because now, for the past week, it's been above Fortnite. There have been more people playing Apex Legends on Twitch than Fortnite. For me, this is the biggest sign that Fortnite is finally on the decline. I can say it is. I'm not saying, oh, will Apex Legends take on Fortnite? No, Apex Legends is killing Fortnite right now. Like, Fortnite, it's not going to die out completely. Of course, there's going to be people playing it forever. There's still people playing Halo 2. But Apex Legends is really, the Fortnite is on a decline because of Apex Legends, and that's a fact. And of course, a lot of kids and younger people aren't going to want to migrate from Fortnite to Apex Legends, and that's perfectly understandable because, I mean, Fortnite is their game. They've been playing that forever. All their friends are on it. They're a little bit less open to playing new games, so it would make sense that they don't want to hop on Apex Legends, of course. But as for the greater gaming population, I think that Apex Legends is going to be the number one most popular game for a while, and y'all better get used to it because it's a good game. And I like this one a lot more than Fortnite, so I'm happy to see it at number one. Yeah, 25 million players. That's pretty freaking crazy. All right, on to number two. At number two, we have some relatively sad news. Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé is retiring. He's also known as the My Body Is Ready guy, and yep, he's leaving. April 15th will be his last day. I'm going to read you some statements from everybody at Nintendo, just to tell you their thoughts on the transition, okay? So the president of Nintendo, Shuntaro Furukawa, this is what he said. He said, "I really appreciate everything Reggie has done for Nintendo. Inside and outside our company, Reggie is known as an exceptional leader. We are grateful that he's leaving the business in good shape with strong momentum. While we will miss him and we wish him the very best in his retirement, we are also pleased to have such an able successor ready to step into that role. Doug Bowser and the rest of the team will ensure a seamless transition and continued momentum for Nintendo." Reggie himself said, "Nintendo owns a part of my heart forever," Fils-Aimé said. "It is part that is filled with gratitude for the incredibly talented people I've worked with and for the opportunity to represent such a wonderful brand and most of all to feel like a member of the world's most positive and enduring gamer community. As I look forward to departing in both good health and good humor, this is not game over for me, but instead leveling up to more time with my wife and family and friends." Doug Bowser, the person taking over for Reggie, said, "It has been my great fortune to work with and be mentored by Reggie for 4 years at Nintendo of America, and rest assured, we will continue to build on his work and to evolve and expand our brand, furthering Nintendo's global mission of creating smiles. There are millions of more of those to come." This is kind of sad. I mean, you know, like, he's an icon. He's an icon at Nintendo. He's an icon in gaming in general. Like, he's just such a recognizable, comfortable face that you really associate with Nintendo, and it won't be the same without him there. But, you know, that's life. On to number one. Number one is, as you've probably guessed by this point, the lackluster launch of Anthem. After the critical failure that was Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare really needed to show us the goods with Anthem, but completely failed. It's sitting at a 60 on Metacritic right now. And honestly, Anthem to me pretty much seems like Destiny without PvP and even less to keep you interested after the credits roll. To give you some context though, Mass Effect Andromeda has a 72 on Metacritic, and that game wasn't very good. Fallout 76 has a 52. While review scores aren't universally correct and accurate, it seems pretty safe to say that Anthem is closer to a Fallout 76 than even a Mass Effect Andromeda. And after 2 failures, where does BioWare go? Do they make another Mass Effect? I don't know, probably not. Do they bother making Anthem 2? Do they even get to make another game? Their last critical success was Dragon Age Inquisition, which came out in November of 2014, which is, by the way, is the same year Crackdown 3 was announced. It's been a while. And if the sales and performance of Anthem are relying on the review scores to push the units, then BioWare's days may potentially be numbered. I hope that Anthem gets better. I really do. I hope they, fix everything with patches, but it's looking grim. It's looking like the scars go pretty deep with Anthem. And, hopefully BioWare can survive this. They're a great studio. They have a lot of talent. But there's more to this story that I'll get into in another video. But that is it for this week on the 10 Up Gaming Show. So if you like this, you can subscribe. You can leave me a like down below. You can leave me a comment. What do you think about the video in general? What do you think about my thoughts? What do you think about the story? What do you think about Anthem? What do you think about Crackdown? Let me know.